Hey guys, so I had shoulder surgery this morning, as you can tell from this precarious ice bag that also looks like it could have been used in World War II, but I'm here for it. So came out of shoulder surgery this morning, wanted to spend a bit of a time kind of giving my experiences around what I had done, which was primarily a subacromial decompression, a labrum tear repair. I think there's some issues going on with my bicep. I had the AC joint cleaned out, amongst other things. So cover a bit kind of how I got to this point, my experiences on kind of day one, which, to caveat everything in this video, definitely still under the influence of some pretty aggressive drugs that they gave me in the hospital, which is all good fun. So I'll try and kind of give an update every few days throughout the recovery period. I've just noticed, look at this, the iodine is making me look like I've got some serious fake tan going on. So I'm here for that as well. So how did I get to this point? So I've had various shoulder issues over the years. I actually ended up having a rotator cuff repair on my right shoulder back in, I want to say 2013. Have had issues on my left side for roughly 2 years, everything varying from tendonitis of the rotator cuff, and it just didn't get better. I did bunch of different physical therapy exercises and sessions over the 2 years. I was pretty religious with the exercise regime, but it just wasn't where I wanted it to be. Big fan of going to the gym, so wanted to get back to both being able to play sports and back in the gym properly. So took the plunge to have surgery. Interesting thing being, had an MRI and an MRI arthrogram, which is where they pump a bunch of dye into your shoulder as well to bring out the contrast to hopefully see kind of the labral tears in more clarity. Those scans actually did not show a labral tear. They showed some tendinosis in the supraspinatus tendon, which is the one just directly underneath your collarbone. It's the rotator cuff on the top of the shoulder. A little bit of issue in the infraspinatus, which is the one on the back, which tucks underneath the and wraps around onto the front of the shoulder, but no labral repair. So I was going into the surgery thinking, okay, this is going to be fine. We'll do a subacromial decompression, which is relatively straightforward, and then you'll be recovered in 1 to 2 months. When I woke up, that was not the case, and they had to do a little bit more stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. So day of surgery, this is a day case surgery, so you're in and out in the same day. I was in at 6 a.m., which is aggressive. I was like, you don't even get to sleep in on the day you're having surgery. Damn them. But super efficient. Had it done here in New York. So went in, sorted everything out, paperwork, all that good stuff, and taken to the operating room where they did 2 things. So they gave me a nerve block, which is it this side? Yeah, you can see the small pinprick there. So that is where you get an injection in your neck, and it essentially blocks all feeling down the left side of your arm. And I think that lasts for roughly 24 to 36 hours. So I'm, where are we? I'm kind of 5 or 6 hours post-op now, maybe slightly more actually. And there's no pain per se, but I do have a lot of pins and needles tingling in my left arm. So went for the surgery, in and out before you know it. For anyone that has had sort of general anesthesia, it's you go in, next thing you know, you've woken up, and then they just charged me. So I was in and out within sort of 4 or 5 hours total, which from that perspective was great. Got home, and now the fun begins. So as I said, they did a bunch more than they thought they were going to. So they have done a labral repair as well. Few things that I think it's worth mentioning, partly because I have had a surgery on the right shoulder as well. So this nerve block, it's a thing of the gods right now. However, keeping ahead of the pain is a big one. So they send you away with a bunch of pain meds, antibiotics, and an aspirin, just to make sure that you don't have any blood clot issues further down the line, which is very, very rare, but it's worth just making sort of sense of that. So yeah, here I am 5 hours afterwards. The road to recovery is going to be an interesting one. I'm someone that likes to focus on something, so I've gone and bought myself one of those ice machines to replace my relic. Although I'm kind of into this, it's vintage. So I've got a nice machine coming tomorrow, which will essentially every 20 minutes it will pump ice cold water around the joint to reduce the swelling. I live alone, so a few things, just again, depending on if you do have someone to help you, if you're living with other people, that's worth mentioning. Biggest thing that I'm now like, God damn you, Andrew, what's wrong with you? Is I don't have any slip-on shoes. And I literally cannot put on shoes. So luckily I have some good friends who have responded to my calls to go and get me chicken, rice, and mashed potatoes over the last couple of hours. Make sure you have some slip-on shoes. Get that ice ready. Get your apartment set up and ready to go. So yeah, it's going to be a fun. I say fun. It's going to be an interesting road to recovery. I'll keep everyone updated over the next kind of couple of days. I have my first physical therapy appointment on Friday, which will be, what day are we? I don't even know the day of the week. We're a Tuesday, which will be 3 days from now, and then follow-up consultation is a week from now. So, going to keep everyone updated. Actually, one thing I will mention is in aid of kind of getting everything ready, is I have bought a bunch of supplements. As soon as I found out kind of there was a bit more extensive surgery to be done. So what have I got? Wait, let me fire up the old Amazon order history, because I went to town on that. So let's see what we got. And this is as a result of me speed reading a bunch of supposed white papers over the last hour and a half. So I have vitamin B complex. I have got... So vitamin B complex is kind of good for the joints and ligaments. We have glucosamine, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, chondroitin, I think, and then MSM, which is good for the joints and general sort of recovery piece there. Bought a bunch of collagen peptides as well. So unflavored, you can get them everywhere on the internet. Pop those into smoothies. So whilst obviously this is a natural process, there's still a bunch of stuff that you can do to help support the body's natural process. So gone in and ordered all of those things, and then some vitamin D supplements as well. I mean, a lot of this stuff you can get from just eating a high protein and varied diet. But it can't hurt, right? And I'm desperate to get this thing fixed as soon as possible. If people are interested, let me know, and I'll put the links to what I bought. I say that there'll probably be like 2 people watching this video, so if more than 2 people watch it, I'll pop the things underneath. Okay, so that's as I said, that's kind of day 1. Don't feel horrendous now, other than the initial shock of, okay, I've had more surgery than I thought I was going to. So yeah, we'll keep everyone posted. It is a beautiful day in New York today, which is driving me nuts because I want to put those shoes on and go outside, but I can't get them on. So I'm debating going bare feet, which is probably the worst idea of all time. Anyway, we'll keep people updated after my first physical therapy appointment in a few days' time. Take care. Thanks.